Once upon a time, there was a boy named Leif. And Leif was like every young boy, and he did not want to be told what to do. He told his father, "Father, I am going out into the world, and I'm going to do whatever I want." And his father begged with him, "Please don't go." His father said, "Your stubbornness is going to get you in trouble. But if I give you one piece of advice, do not work for the troll." Now, where do you think that the young boy went? Leif went right up to the house of the troll, and he knocked on the door, and there stood the troll, one of the ugliest creatures that you could ever imagine. He had lots of wrinkles and beady eyes and rubbery skin and very tall but hunched over and a few hairs sticking up from his head. And the troll looked at Leif and he said, "Who are you?" Well, Leif explained that he was looking for a job. The troll looked him up and down. He looked at his muscles and he said, "I could use a boy like you." So the troll took Leif out into the yard, and his first job for the day was to shovel all the dung from the yard. Okay, easy enough. Before the troll left for the day, he looked at Leif and he said, "Whatever you do, do not go in my house." Oh, but we know that Leif doesn't like to listen to anyone, so as soon as the troll left, Leif went inside the house. He looked everywhere. He looked in the upstairs rooms, he looked downstairs, until finally he came to the kitchen. And inside the kitchen was the most beautiful maid he had ever seen. "Oh, what are you doing here?" she said. He explained that he was working for the troll. Now, he got along really well with that maid, and they spent the entire day talking and laughing, and at the end of the day, they were holding hands. And finally, at the end of the day, she said, "Well, what is your job today?" He said, "Oh, it's easy. I just have to shovel the dung. No problem." Oh, but she knew better. She knew this troll could trick you. And this troll, she knew that when you shoveled the dung, if you shoveled it in a normal way, every time you shoveled one shovel, 3 shovelfuls would go back into the pile. So before you knew it, you would be waist up and done. The trick, she said, was to turn the shovel around and to use the handle. Okay, so Leif went outside before the troll came home, but he doesn't want to listen to anyone. So he shoveled the dung, he shoveled it again, and before he knew it, it was up to his waist. So he turned it around, shoveled the handle, and it was all clean. So the troll came home and he saw a very, very clean yard, and the troll said to him, "You could not have figured this out alone. Have you been inside my house? Have you been talking to my master maid?" "No," said Leif. He denied that he had ever gone in the house, but the troll didn't believe him. Now this went on for days and days and days. Every time the troll would give him a job that Leif would do, but Leif would go into the house and talk with the maid and hold hands, and he put his arm around her, and by the 3rd day she even gave him a little kiss, but she was always helping him, always telling him what the trick was. So on the 4th day, the troll surprised him. He took Leif inside his house, he introduced Leif to the maid, and he said to the maid, "I want you to cook him for supper." Oh, well, the maid certainly couldn't do that, so the troll went to sleep, yawned, went to bed, and the maid had an idea. She pricked her finger 3 times, and she put 3 drops of blood on a bench. And then she gathered everything that she could come up with. She gathered old shoes and old rags and some dead rats that she found on the floor, and she made this stew. And then she took Leif, and they got 2 horses from the stable, and they ran away. Now meanwhile, the troll started to wake up. "Oh, is my stew ready?" he said. The first drop of blood said, "Almost ready." Then he woke up again. "I'm so hungry," he said. The second drop of blood said, "It's almost ready." Then the third time he woke up, "I'm so hungry," he said. The third drop of blood said, "Oh, it's nice and juicy and tender." So he woke up, went over to the pot, took a big ladle full, and spit it out. He knew that he had been tricked. He went out to the stable, grabbed a horse, and went riding after Leif and the maid. Now Leif and the maid, they had gotten a head start, but they looked behind him, and they would look behind them, and they saw that they were being chased by the troll. But she had a few more tricks up her sleeve. She took a fork from her apron and she threw it out into the road, and she said a spell, and the fork grew into a forest, separating the two of them, separating Leif and the maid and the troll. But the troll, he was a very smart man too. He knew another spell, and he cast a spell on that fork. And the fork and the forest slowly began to go back into the earth. Now, Leif and the maid, they made it to the water, to a stream. And by the stream, there was a boat. And so they took the boat, and they started to go across the stream, but the troll caught up with them. And the troll cursed the stream. "Curse, curse the stream, curse your soul. Water cruncher, help the troll." That's what he said. And all the water started going down, and their boat started to touch the ground. But the maid had another trick up her sleeve. She had a little droplet of water, a little drop of water in her pocket, and she threw it into the sea. And she said, "Oh, water droplet, bless my soul, fill the sea, and curse the troll." And suddenly, their boat started to rise and continue to safety. Now, it wasn't long before the maid and Leif were married. And when the minister was asking the maid, "Do you promise to love and obey this man?" Leif said, "Oh, never mind that. I think it's better if I obey her." And that's exactly what he did. And that, my friends, is why they lived to be happily ever after. The end.
Even the most